Welcome back, guys, to an all-new Marcanine podcast, our 4th episode ever. The past few episodes have been specifically tailored towards Dragon Ball personalities, but we're going to break that streak today with a personal close friend of mine, Dovahkiin Panda Queen. That's really hard to say. It's really hard to say that. Please give it up for YouTube extraordinaire, Kaitlin Witcher. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm just going to point out the fact, because obviously you're there as I'm trying to shoot these intros for the podcast. That was really hard. Dovahkiin Panda Queen. Trying to say just those 2 words, like, rapidly in succession is very difficult.
I bet it is. Oh,
Hi, Thor. Bye, Thor.
Yep.
Anyway, Kaitlin, good friend of mine, Piddleass. I know you hate that name, so I will try to refrain from talking about it too much.
I don't hate it. It's just something that I haven't heard in a very long time.
I think I've asked you this before, but where did that come from? I don't actually remember how you got that name. Where did it come from?
Well, 84 years ago, when YouTube was at its beginning. Technically not as, because it started in like, what, 2005, 6?
Yeah, right about there, yeah.
So basically, it's just a made-up word, and I thought it'd be clever for a YouTube channel, and then I just had the videos, and then here I am. So basically, it's just a made-up word.
So that's it.
That's it. That's literally.
There's
just
no amazing origin story, nothing crazy, no inside jokes with friends.
It was an inside joke with a friend because she was laughing, saying she was gonna piddle, and then I go, "Out your ass," and then we laugh, and then I go, "Piddleass," and then that was it.
Okay, I'll excuse it because it's 14 years old since that came around, right? Wait, when did you start YouTube? How long ago was it? When did you come up with it?
I created the channel in 2010.
Oh, okay, so 10 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
You just said 84 years ago.
Touché.
Yeah, exactly.
Touché. In dog years. There's cat hair all over my face now.
Well,
anyway,
it was your fault for bringing Thor into the podcast.
He literally jumped in my lap. It was not up to me. He's a cat. He decides. Anyways,
okay.
So no, but I watched YouTube before then, and I had another channel with my brother, which we don't discuss.
We need to discuss that, actually. That's a buried treasure that needs to be uncovered and unearthed right now. Okay, we're going to find that. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. Look down in the description box below for a link to this channel. I'm going to find it.
Good luck. Anyways, so but no, I've been watching YouTube. I think the first time I started watching was like 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah. That's it. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that they gone through a lot of drama. They did a lot of inappropriate things, and so I can't really watch them anymore. And yep.
Okay, cool. Fantastic talk. Anyway,
I mean, everyone's gonna know who I'm talking about, because listen, on all of my videos, every single one of my videos, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, who's your favorite YouTuber, Kate?" And I'm like, Shane Dawson, because I always loved him, and like his videos got me through a lot of like dark places. Not the ones where he did blackface, not the ones where he said the N-words, because I didn't watch those.
Wait,
because they made me uncomfortable. Oh, dude, yeah, all the time. He said a lot of bad things. And like,
how do you get away as a white person? How do you get away saying the N-word a lot on YouTube?
He did straight up blackface. Like, it's awful. It's awful. And he said a ton of like pedophile jokes, and like and back then it was seen more as humor because it was the internet. You know, it's like
because white people owned YouTube and they didn't care.
No, it was like it's like 4chan, I guess. I don't know what 4chan is per se, but I can get
bad comes from 4chan.
Exactly. So it was kind of like that was like a nicer version, but on YouTube back then, and like so that's how humor was.
Right. Okay.
And so, but the thing, like, I was trying to explain, I was in one of my other friends' live streams, and I was explaining how, like, even back then when I watched his videos, I knew it was bad. I wasn't gonna go to school thinking, you know, blackface was okay or saying this word is okay, because it wasn't, and like I knew that. But it's just crazy that he did all that stuff, and like I've never been like, oh, that's just a joke, ha ha ha. Like, no, it's bad, and like that's he needs to be held accountable for it, which he has, but he hasn't, and it's just it's a whole mess. And so anyway, so I'd always say he was my favorite YouTuber. Have to on that. And then Jenna Marbles was always my second. Like it was either her or him. It always flipped.
Mhm.
And then she quit YouTube. But
See, but
like,
she did it in such a graceful way, though. Like, she did it
yeah,
in the most respectful way I've ever seen. Like, I hope she comes back, but I feel
yeah.
like she handled it with such grace. I don't know.
The,
It was just so perfect how she did it.
the thing is, like with YouTube now, is it's the cancel train. Like that's all everything
Cancel
is now.
culture. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, and I understand with some things, canceling needs to happen because some people are not always good people. But it just gets just
Yeah.
it's one little thing and it just takes off, and then what?
Yeah. No, the thing is I've always been more of a, I don't know, less of a consumer of YouTube than I am like a creator. And like I say creator so loosely, like I don't know. At the time of this video, I've just hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm not a big thank you. I'm not a big deal in any way. Like I would never want to position myself. I don't consider myself a YouTuber, and it's weird when someone says in the comments on a video that they're a fan. I'm like, what? Why? Like
A
there's
fan of
nothing I do
what?
that's worthy, right? There's no. I'm not worthy of your attention. Like it's just, so basically what I'm saying is don't listen to this podcast, don't watch my
Yep.
videos,
Nope.
just unsubscribe right now. But like it's just so weird like how much there is like this massive wave of unearthing these things on YouTube of people doing terrible things. And Jenna Marbles, like I didn't know that she had done any of these things, and I was surprised that she brought these things up because I don't know if people were bringing it up and attacking her for it. I think she just jumped in front of it and was like, I made these videos, you're going to find them or you're going to remember them eventually, and then, this is how you handle it.
Hmm.
But I mean, she made some really good points just talking about what you said, like how cancel culture is just such a nightmare to deal with, and people are so sensitive. And just to be fair, to be clear, I'm not trying to brush under the rug when she was doing the Nicki Minaj thing. I didn't think that was a big deal, but I'm white, so like I don't deal with racism on a
Well,
daily basis that so many others do.
the thing is, I don't think she did blackface. I think she just because
I don't either.
she always had really awful spray tan
Yes.
or oil tan or whatever. That was her
Yes.
like style back then.
Yes.
And I think she just put on a wig and acted like Nicki Minaj. I don't think because Shane just straight up was like,
That's what I was going to say next. Is
yeah,
Shane had allegedly taken it like so far is what you're saying, or too far.
yeah,
Well, let me put it this way: like
it shouldn't have
any
been
amount of
done.
any layer of paint on your face is inappropriate. So
Yeah.
not to diminish that at all. But I guess I hadn't realized how extreme he had been because his more recent videos and documentaries and other things like that, they've been
Yeah.
pointing out like the atrocities and like that sort of thing happening on YouTube. I'm like, dude, sit down. Like you've done some horrible things. I've heard child grooming accusations. I've heard alleged like pedophile stuff. Who knows? Like if that's
Hmm.
actually real. Like I can't speak to that. I'm not an authority on the matter, but that's just what you hear. And if it's true, good God.
Yeah. It's like for me, it's not I'm just like, oh, giving up a YouTuber. I've watched him since I was 15. Like, and so to me, and like I don't know him, and
Sure.
I haven't really spoken to him. I saw him at VidCon once, and I gave him a hug, and I'm like, oh, you're my favorite YouTuber, and he's like, oh, thank you. He was super nice, and then I met him at a movie event, and I didn't say like, oh, I'm a fan, but I was just like, hey, do you know where to go for this? And he's like, oh yeah, we're going this way, and I'm like, okay, and so I was like, followed
And
him.
then he leaned back over to you. He's like, hey, I'm looking for some black paint to do some blackface at this event. Do you know where I can get some paint? And then you're like, oh, yeah, for sure. Right over here. Yeah, I remember that. Just kidding. Joke. Oh, my
Anyways, um, and so for me, I compared it to like I feel like I'm losing a friend, but like for one, I don't know him. Like, and even and if I did know him, like I would still not. I'd have to like cut ties because that's not something I want in my life. But then it's also like I don't know him, and so like maybe he really has changed. But it's also not. It's not my apology to accept, because I
Sure.
am white with a
Right.
capital and
Right.
so he the only thing he's done to hurt me is that he hurt other people that I could potentially care about. And I do care about in like the basic human decency, like I go out to wear a mask and I want to if somebody drops something, I'm going to pick it up and hand it to them just like there's like that common human decency.
Well, you bring up a good point, and I remember in one of Dave Chappelle's Netflix specials. I don't know if you've seen those. I'm a huge fan. I've watched those many times. Big fan of Dave Chappelle. He was talking about like Bill Cosby and like all the rapes that he had committed. Horrible stuff. But he's talking about like he says that the hardest part in dealing with that as someone on the outside who's not a victim is that it's difficult to now see your heroes, no matter who they are, turning out to be monsters. And I can't make the comparison of, say, Bill Cosby and all those alleged rapes and Shane Dawson and anything that he's being accused of, but the comparison can be made that you looked up to him in some way. You felt a connection to him in some way. He touched your heart while he was also allegedly touching other people where he shouldn't be touching them. Okay, sorry. But at the same time, it's I get it. It's difficult. Like, you don't want to look at these celebrity icons, whether they're internet celebrities or TV show or movie celebrities or wherever they're from in those respective communities. But it's hard to be able to have to sit back and watch someone that you admired for so long, like, go down in
be
flames.
A piece of shit.
Right? As they are discovered to be a piece of shit. Like, I can't, I don't know. I can't imagine that. Like, I think about this, like, often. I'm like, there's so many people that are doing terrible things. And I'm like, man, if Tom Hanks gets outed as like a rapist or something like that, it's over. Like, it's celebrity culture is over. Like, you can't have, if Keanu Reeves was allegedly someone could you imagine if people like that, you couldn't but I mean, several years ago you couldn't imagine Kevin Spacey or Bill Cosby of all people. I mean, he's on the same level of like Mr. Rogers. Like, could you imagine if I think so. I mean, I watched Bill Cosby growing up. I mean,
I never did.
Okay, well then got it. I'm just kind of talking to a wall at this point. But whatever. For those of you guys that do care about, how dare you? 84 years ago, I started watching Bill Cosby.
84 years.
But no, I
dropped into the ocean.
I get where you're coming from, and that sucks. So I think, especially with recent events, there are too many people with too much power, too much money, too much fame, and no excuse. But they should never have deserved or received any of that because they've abused it and turned into terrible people. So, but let's talk about things on a much lighter note. So when you started doing YouTube in 2010, let's pump the brakes, reverse a little bit. 2010, you were a vlogger mainly. That was your main thing, right? Daily videos of you just talking about a day in the life of Kate, right? Or Piddleass.
I actually started filming myself in 2011. So I created the channel in 2010, but I didn't start filming until 2011. And it started off with just really cringy, horrible vlogs because I was in like a scene stage.
Yes, you were.
And are you pulling up YouTube videos right now?
I was looking at them earlier, but I'm, part of me.
What?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to do it now. You bring it up. I wasn't gonna do it, but now I'm gonna.
I was just
now
saying.
I'm going to. Nope. Sorry.
Sweet Jesus.
Nope. YouTube. Did you change your YouTube name too? If you went from Piddleass to Kate, didn't you?
Just at the top, the youtube.com/Kate.
That's true because youtube.com/Piddleass still redirects to Kate. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I just want to look at.
Just pull up vlogging number 1.
Yeah. So here we are. Vlogging number 1, Q&As.
No, you're gonna
a
have
pretty
to...
big fan of the hot and sweaty. We're gonna click on that one.
Yes, this is when I was on Warped Tour.
Family had to leave, which was kind of sad, but Garrett had to go to a job interview, so
yeah,
that happened. What are they doing? Hello.
Are you cringing for me?
No. I mean, look, we all came from somewhere. I mean, granted, like I'm sure some of my earlier videos, let's be honest, they're not that bad. But they're probably nothing that I'm proud of per se. But Kate, I gotta be honest. Aside from a change in makeup, you really haven't changed that much in all these years, which is sort of a compliment because you're full of life and youth and white with a capital white. White.
Excuse me for a second. Just
perfect. So vlogging was your forte. You've done that for many, many years. You hit 500,000 subscribers, and then you decided to move over to Twitch.
Yeah, because YouTube was dying.
That's the thing is YouTube has changed quite a bit. But educate me more on that. Why would you switch, and what was the algorithm that changed? What what has YouTube morphed into to make you want to switch platforms as your primary focus?
Whale.
With a capital Wh.
Whale. I don't know. The thing is with YouTube is it was always YouTube has like an algorithm, right? And the adpocalypse happened, and that affected my channel very very badly. But what affected my channel most was uh me trying to figure out what I wanted because I started doing when I did YouTube, I just did very short vlogs about walking around, what I was thinking, what I was doing. And when I moved to LA, I suddenly had friends and I was suddenly doing things. And
When
you
was
know,
that? When did you move to LA?
uh, July 2nd, 2013.
Okay.
Ugh, 7 years. Anyway, so I was figuring out how I wanted to do. Sorry, Thor is screaming. Um,
I thought
how
there was
I
like a
wanted.
child outside, but it's your cat meowing down the hall.
I have a child.
Cat child.
I have
Fur baby.
the child.
Ah, I see, I see.
So I was trying to figure out how I want to do my vlogs because I saw all these other vloggers that lived in LA and they did like, not a 3 minute video of them walking around in Walmart. Like they filmed when they woke up. They filmed how they did their hair. They filmed what they did throughout the day. They filmed how they made dinner and then they filmed going to bed. And I was like, I want to do that. That feels so much more like thorough and like I did more work and I feel like people would like that more. And I want to incorporate my friends because I was so excited and like proud that I had friends and like it was going to be great and it wasn't and everyone hated it. And
Okay,
I
hold on,
was
hold on.
like,
Let me stop you there. So which state did you move from when you came to California?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma with a capital
Oh,
O. So, sorry. Okay. I'm just kind of, that's just sort of how you started to announce. Okay.
yeah.
Anyway, so
mhm.
the way that you word it though, when you mention friends like that, you make it sound like you weren't very social or didn't really. I mean, I know that you've claimed to be an introvert, but I mean, you make it sound like you didn't really have a lot of friends or you weren't really leaving a lot behind when you moved. Tell me about that.
Okay, so I am from Oklahoma, but not entirely. So I moved around a lot as a wee lass. Um, but I went to Oklahoma to go to college, and I had one friend, one friend, um,
One.
and I was mainly there to be near my family, which I'm glad I lived there, and I'm glad I had that experience. But it was just with what I wanted to do on YouTube, it just felt suffocating, and I
Mm,
didn't feel like I was at my full potential. And so I was like, well, maybe I go to LA, try it out, and here we are, 7 years later,
sure.
still kicking.
As you do.
Yeah.
So you made a life decision jump to go from Oklahoma
hmm
and then jump over into LA, the
hmm
city of California. You didn't decide to go to San Diego or Santa Ana or some other place. You jumped right into LA.
hmm
And that was it? I mean, what did you do? How do you just pick up and move from Oklahoma to LA without knowing anybody? What did you do?
I just went. I well, I told everybody that I was thinking of moving to LA, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Okay," that because it's LA is where the drugs happen, and that's where they steal you from Jesus and all. Because Bible Belt.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
so they were just like, "Oh yeah, it's just that's fine." And I was like, "Okay." And so I was 20 years old, and I packed my car up with a suitcase, my laptop, my cat, my cat's litter box, and my cat carrier. Literally, the whole car was made for Thor. And mind you, he was, I think, almost a year old. He was still kind of a kitten, and he had a great time. He would sleep in my lap. He would look out the window. He would sometimes go sleep in his carrier. He would sleep under my chair. He had a great time. And so everyone's like, "Oh, what's it like traveling with a cat?" I'm like, he loved it. I don't know, but I wanted to do it all in like 2 days. My mom's like, "Don't you dare! Like, oh, you have to do it in 3 days. You have to go. You have to make sure that your hotels are planned, and you have to have this." I'm like, I could just. What if I just go? And she's like, "No." And so, yeah. So I drove from Oklahoma to oh boy, Albuquerque, and then Albuquerque to Flagstaff, then Flagstaff to LA.
Hmm.
And I didn't know anyone in LA, and well, I didn't know anyone in LA. And when I got here, as I was coming over, I had messaged some people that I actually watched on YouTube, and they followed me on Twitter. That they had been following. It wasn't like an immediate thing. Anyway, so I messaged them. I'm like, hey, I saw you have a room for rent. Is it possible that I could take that? And they're like, oh well, we just filled it. But if you need somewhere to stay, you could stay with us. And I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, okay.
Were
And
you
so I
able to
get
say who those
there.
people were? Or is it for like privacy reasons you would keep that to yourself?
Um, I don't know because everyone knows, but I feel like I don't know
Okay.
because
Moving on.
like okay. So I get there and everyone was super nice and they were like, "Oh yeah, if you could." I'm like, "Is it okay? I have a cat." And they're like, "Yeah, of course." And I stayed with them for like a week, and then I got an apartment, and they were like, "Oh, we we thought you were gonna stay here longer with us." And I'm like, "Well, I'm your neighbor, so." And I literally was like, I got an apartment in the same building that they did because like I just got along with them so well, and it was so much fun. And then like it was the best, the best.
How many people
It
were
was the
living in the
best.
apartment? Like not including
Three,
you? 3 including you or not including you?
four, including me, but it
Oh,
was
okay.
just two of them shared a room, and then the other one had another room.
And you guys were, it was all YouTubers coming together?
Hmm.
What is that like? A room full of YouTubers? What is that like?
Like a shitload of fun, the most fun you could even comprehend. I have so many photos from back then and videos of just everyone dicking around, and because we were all, and I was 20, like we were all really young, and it was like I was a fresh face, and there was just so many opportunities to just be like, hey, let's go to a party and like steal the pine cones that are on the tree. And it was like, yeah, that's a great idea. That never happened, but it's just
Must be
an
an
idea.
Oklahoma thing. I'm assuming it's an Oklahoma thing then.
No. Anywho, but it was just a lot of fun, and like I look back at those times with like such fond memories of everyone and everything that we did.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could go back, but now I'm old and decrepit.
Age comes for us all. Okay, so you moved from Oklahoma to LA,
Hmm.
moved
Hmm.
in for
Hmm.
a very short period with a handful of YouTubers, had a great time, moved
Hmm.
into a same complex, got your own
Hmm.
apartment where you live
Hmm.
solo,
Yes.
and then what happened?
And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
How did I know you were going to say that? There was
Only the
no way.
Avatar, master
No.
of all four elements, could stop them. But when the
Oh my
world
God.
needed him most, he vanished.
I don't think there's going
My
to be any more
brother and I
podcast
discovered
episodes
that.
because I'm going to go kill myself right
I'm gonna Dova kill myself.
now. Don't kill myself. Inside joke. You guys wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't
Okay.
get it. You're not
Okay.
popular enough.
Don't you dare.
That's
Okay.
another inside joke.
You know, I kind of want to make that like outside. I want to make sure everybody knows those. Okay, so I got to tell you guys, this is very funny. So we're doing this through Discord, you know, social distancing and whatnot through the
Mhm,
podcast. So
mhm.
we're doing this, and I was like, yo, Kate, like let's do it through Discord. We're gonna message it like this, and we're gonna set it up like this, and record and blah blah blah. And she's like, okay, cool. I have to add you. And I'm like, oh, don't worry. What's your tag so I can add you? She's like, yeah, I gotta add you. I'm too popular. You can't add me. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, really? Is that so? Is
You
that
can.
so?
It won't let you add me.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it with other people,
Gotcha.
and they're like, "Oh, it says it's too full, and it won't."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kate's so popular. 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. And where
Hey,
are you at on Twitch right now?
half a million subscribers on YouTube that I've had for the last like 8 years. So who's really doing something
Well, you've
here?
been focusing on Twitch,
Not
so I
me.
mean, that's fine. That's YouTube. YouTube has not seemed like a major focus for some time, so don't beat yourself up over that. Where are you at on Twitch right now? How many followers on Twitch?
21,000, I think.
That's pretty good. You got partnered in no time, didn't you?
Well, that's the thing about Twitch is like, so I was doing YouTube for like a long time, and I did vlogs, but then it was like kind of falling off, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do gaming. And I was also getting a ton of trolls still. I've always had trolls, and it's irritating, but it doesn't like affect me all that much. It's just irritating.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, if I switch to gaming, if I upload, only gaming videos, not vlogs, because I was getting kind of sick of vlogs and blah blah blah. But I was like, oh, if I do
Sure.
gaming, it'll like make all the trolls bored and they'll leave, and it worked. And
Oh,
I went
that's
back
good.
to vlogging, yeah, and my views were lower, but I didn't really care because I was enjoying myself again,
You need
finally.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and during that time, I was live streaming on a website. Oh no, I don't know if I can say. I was streaming on another website, And it was just like face cam.
myfreecams.com.
No,
Oh.
no, sir. No, no, no,
chatterbait.com.
no, 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 no. No, no, this is a
ladystreamer69.com.
godly household. Where's my cross? This is
jesuswatchesporn2.com.
Here we go. I have a necklace. It says, can you read this? It says, he calls me beautiful one. Jesus calls me beautiful one.
And then slips you a roofie.
Lord Jesus, please forgive my friend Mark. He did not mean that at all. He is a good soul. He just doesn't understand.
I don't understand. I really don't. I really don't understand.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't even remember. You were talking about Twitch, and then you were talking about YouTube, and then how you switched over to making different videos.
Yes.
Right.
So I started live streaming, but when I was live streaming on this other website, I was like, oh, I should look into Twitch, because on this website I can stream my face talking to people, and on Twitch, did I say Twitch twice? I lost my train of thought.
You were streaming on the other one, and you couldn't show your face on the other one.
No, that was all it was. On the other one was just your face, and you talk to people.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then Twitch I thought was just strictly gaming, and so I emailed someone about becoming a partner on Twitch, and I don't think maybe I streamed only once on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But anyway, and so they responded, and they're like, hey, just so you know, you probably won't get accepted into the Twitch partner. But I just want to let you know so you don't get your hopes up. And I was like, why wouldn't I get accepted? Because I had the numbers on YouTube, and so I thought they would be like, oh, she's someone.
I would think so too.
But on Twitch, I guess like you have to like show that you can bring the numbers on Twitch as well.
No, that makes sense too. Yeah.
But anyway, so this person was like, I think it was a lady, but this person was like, oh yeah, so don't be surprised if you don't get accepted. Yes, Thor. Don't be surprised if you don't get accepted. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like the next day I got accepted, and I was like, nice. So it was really easy for me, which I kind of lucked at, because I think back then they did look to see if you had a following. Now it's much more harder to get partnered.
Much more harder.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what I said?
Harder. Yeah, much more harder. Yeah.
Is that the proper grammar?
It is not.
Oh.
Much more harder.
Much more difficult?
Yeah, that works too. You could say much more hard, but I think difficult probably. It doesn't matter. I'm teasing you. Okay.
Great. Thank you. Anywho, so then I was doing the live streams because I was enjoying it a little bit more than I was YouTube, but I was still doing YouTube, and then I officially moved over to Twitch because I was like, wow, this is a lot of fun. Everything is live, and like people are responding to me, and it's like we're hanging out, and I can play games, and we can make jokes and all this other stuff. Like this sweatshirt is a joke in my stream. This sweatshirt, you probably don't understand this, but when I do this, anybody that comes into my stream is going to know exactly what this is.
And what does it mean?
It's Coot.
It's Coot? That sounds like a sex move or something. What is a Coot?
Coot is my alter ego that dances to Russian music.
What in the heck? Okay, I've seen your streams many a time. I've personally subscribed with Twitch Prime and all that stuff.
Thank you.
But what in the heck is a freaking Russian Coot? Okay, this sounds like we're getting down to like, yeah, I heard the Cleveland Steamer. You should try the Russian Coot. Like, what does that mean? The Russian Coot? Well, first just spit in the palm of your hand, and then...
Oh my god! Choking on saliva.
The Russian Coot. Okay. Let's move on from that. Okay, explain. Because right now it reminds me of that scene in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Danny DeVito like comes out of that couch all sweaty, or like when Ace Ventura climbs out of that robot rhino's butthole. It's just like sweating in Africa or wherever he's at. That's what you look like right now. It looks like you're being birthed out of your sweatshirt. Is what it looks like. Russian Coot birth. Perfect. Okay. So before we end up like getting this podcast taken down for sexual inappropriate misconduct, explain to me what it means, because I'm not hearing an explanation.
Oh my god. Okay, so basically I don't even know how she came about. I feel like I do know how she came about. So
the Russian Coot is a she.
Yes, it's my alter ego.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna send you a picture
Okay.
of one of my emotes, and it started off with me just acting like a gremlin because I always sit on my feet, and I always not always, but I like wearing like big hoods because it's comfortable.
Sure.
And then I think I just started acting like goofy, and then we all decided to like whenever I act like that, I would be Coot, but it's spelt capital K, lowercase o, capital O, lowercase
Okay.
t.
Okay. Okay.
And then I had this emote because I thought it looked funny,
Okay.
and that became known as the Coot emote. And now I have added others.
Okay, send it
Like,
to me and then I'll put it on. I'll put it on the
okay.
For those of you guys that are listening to audio only, you can't see it, but let's figure out what this.
I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute, is this the thing where you're making that really? This sounds disrespectful, but like a really gross face and you're like all cringe. And is this because I think I've seen this
Yes.
before?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Yep. That's that because she's like,
yes.
and like it's
Okay, let me see the picture and we're gonna do a side by side of you doing that face with the picture. Send it to me in the Discord chat and then I'll pop it up on the stream right now.
I just texted it to you. I don't have it on.
You texted it to me. Okay, hold on. Let me
Yeah.
see. All right, let me see if I can pop this
Try
into.
not to react to the other things that I texted you.
Oh my! Whoa! Yeah, this is NSFW.
People are gonna get the wrong idea. It was a TikTok. It was a TikTok. It was a TikTok. And so
Yeah,
I sent it to him, and I was like,
indeed.
I started laughing because he was setting up the podcast or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna look at this respectfully." And so I sent it to him, and he didn't look at it until right now. And so now it seems like it's taken out of context, and it's gonna be weird.
I mean, I didn't expect what I'm seeing right now, but yeah, it's fine. You know, whatever. Okay, let me send this to myself in the Discord, and then I'll pop it up.
Okay.
Let me see where our private messages are, and then I'll put this in here. Not the TikTok, mind you. Okay, so I just sent those. Are they going through? There they go. Okay, so they went through. All right, let me put that back.
Great.
All right, and then let me see
Well,
if I can.
If you're subscribed to me, then you should have them yourself.
I wonder if I can open the link. Okay, here we go. And then yeah, so this is one right here. This is. Oh my god, why are your teeth so big in this one?
Photoshopped.
Oh my. Oh, okay. All right, that one's perfect. Okay, and then this one. We're going to go ahead and open this one as well. This one friggin' perfect. I love this.
It's so bad.
Okay, I wonder if it'll let me. Okay, so do this. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can move this. Okay, right here. All right, now go ahead and give me some Coot action. Show me the Coot. Let me see. But it's got to be harder. Do it more with the mouth. Look at how intense that picture is. I want you to completely reproduce
At a
this.
Christmas party.
I love it. Get there.
I don't even know how to.
There you go. There it is. I love it. This is, oh my God. Kaitlin Witcher, ladies and gentlemen. Kaitlin Witcher. Oh my God. Okay. Well, there's that.
In Discord too, if you look up Coot, stuff comes up. And like the gifts.
Yeah, but if you look on Google and you type in Coot, I feel like a handful of other things are going to come up as well.
I said Discord, not Google.
I'm just saying straight up because I don't know if I should say this because someone's. So the word Coot, add an ER at the end of it. That's a term. That's a thing. That's an existing term. Are you saying it in your head right now?
No, I'm playing the Who Can Say Where the Road Goes, and everything I can see right now is black and white, and there's rain. Oh, and my cat's back.
Oh my God.
Come here, Thor. My emotional support animal.
Emotional support. Okay. Well, so there's that. Okay. So we got the Coot down. So then you moved on to Twitch. It was relatively easy for you to become a partner. And what do you stream primarily on Twitch? Because I think I've seen you do like what, Sims, Stardew Valley, something like that, right? Those are the Overwatch or wrong?
Or
am I wrong on that?
Oh hell! It seems you haven't watched my streams in quite some time, Marc.
Oh sweet Jesus!
Because I haven't streamed those things in quite some time. What I've been streaming now is primarily
someone hasn't streamed in some time and doesn't even remember what she was streaming, so don't get on my case about it.
I have a pea brain with one working brain cell. Okay, just give me a second. I've been playing Star Wars Fallen Order. Fallen Jedi? Fallen
Okay, it's been a
something?
little. Yeah, Fallen Order, I think, right? So I don't know,
forget-
whatever.
I
That sounds
forget.
about right.
That's
We'll go
Star
with that.
Wars. And
Gotcha.
then I've been doing Lego Star Wars, and then I did Crash Bandicoot. I did Spyro for a hot minute, and
I
then
love Spyro.
yeah, so good. But like the new one, nice. And then I've been playing marbles on stream, and then I paint things, and
Go
I
back.
do just chatting.
You've been playing marbles on stream.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell does that mean? Marbles on stream?
You're right there.
Oh,
Remember you
that.
type in the thing, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
hash-
Okay.
hashtag,
My mind went to like you were
exclamation
sitting there like playing jacks and like flicking marbles on like the sidewalk or something. I don't know. It was
That's
weird.
not a bad idea, but that's
Some
not what it is.
1960s BS. Okay, I got you. What game have you streamed on Twitch that you find to be the most fun, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, the most toxic or unfun?
The most toxic.
Mhm.
The most fun game? I don't know. I mean, my chat usually makes everything really enjoyable. I've noticed no one likes Overwatch. And I don't think it has anything to do with me. I think it's just people in general don't really like Overwatch
That's
because
not surprising at all.
it's very toxic. But
Mm.
I feel like me playing it is enjoyable because I I don't really read the chat as much, but I kind of react like a moron, which is not very surprising. But like, say something happens and I get trapped somewhere, and I'm trying to escape out of the clutches of the enemy, and I'm like, and so then everybody goes monkey, 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 monkey in the chat because I sound like a monkey. I am a gorilla. I am a gorilla. Anyway,
Haram Kate. You're basically Haram Kate. Gotcha.
Haram Coot.
Oof. Don't Google that. Do
Um,
not Google that at all.
But yeah, people don't really like Overwatch. So I guess the toxic one would be Overwatch. Not in like a toxic way. It's just people don't prefer to watch that.
I felt like Overwatch because I've tried to watch it a little bit to try to understand like that community. I have the game. I've played the game. We've played it together even. I think you and I did the Halloween event one time together as well.
Once.
Yeah, once. But I just couldn't get into it. I don't understand the appeal. It's so chaotic. It's really hard to know what's going on.
See, that's why I like it because
Really?
I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. Pretty sure. Haven't been tested. Every single person in my family has been tested, and everyone in my family has been medicated for it. I have not because I feel like my ADHD is a little different than theirs, and so they pass it off as like, oh, she's fine, and I'm like, I'm fine. I forgot what I was talking about.
Yep, ADHD for sure. I'm not a doctor, but I'm surprised. I'm not a doctor, but you, bless it, you have ADHD. Yes, you were talking.
Is chaotic.
Yes, yes. There you go.
So for me, I don't really like first-person shooters all that much, and that's pretty much what Overwatch is. But I like being a support because I get to like heal my team. And my aim, I thought my aim for the longest time, I thought my aim was shit, absolute shit. I thought it was terrible, but
Russian cute.
it's not.
But my comrade, my aim was terrible. That's a terrible aim.
And so I started off with just being support, and then I moved to tank because I don't want to do DPS. I'm not good at DPS. I understand that. And so I moved to tank, and then I discovered my second favorite because my first favorite character is Mercy. I'm a bitch for Mercy, and I know, oh, all gamer girls are Mercy. Yeah, bitch, I own up to it. Okay, I like her, and I'm a whore for her. Anyways, so then I moved on to tanks to try to get better at the game. And not just be a one trick Mercy. And I got really not to toot my own horn or anything, but I got really good as Zarya, and she has like a giant laser beam, which also does not require aiming. And then one day I decided to try DPS, and turns out I'm really good at aiming. But for me, Overwatch is it's so fast paced, and like it's different every time because you're playing with different people. And so you don't really know the outcome, and it keeps you on your toes pretty much.
Okay. All things I don't like in video games, which is why I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
Now, the chaos thing is hard. I don't know. I wish I could follow it. I don't know. You're a better person than me for being able to follow all that. But
That doesn't mean I'm a better person.
No, it doesn't at all. No, but still.
But listen, okay. Ooh, did I send you the picture of the shoes?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've got these booby pictures that you sent, which are from TikTok, not of you. It's something else. It's a TikTok. in particular. I can prove it. I'll put it on screen. I should have said that. So I don't think I'm allowed to show it, actually. It's from
You're really not allowed to show it.
Sofia Gomez. Let me see this just to prove it. I'll play the audio. Let me.
No, you don't want to play the audio. It's gonna get copywritten so fast.
Oh, it's okay. All right. Well, whatever. It's Sofia Gomez, and she's like half naked. So look her up on TikTok. Free plug.
Listen, I just wanted you to just be like, wow, those are some knockers, and I'd be
they
like,
are.
Yeah, those are some knockers.
Those they knock pretty hard. They
yeah.
Yep.
I feel like they'd hurt, you know.
I don't, but you know.
Oh, you're man, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway, I was talking about something. I forgot.
Shoes. You said the shoes.
Oh yeah. So there's a picture, right? So do you remember like the whole debate over like the dress is white and gold?
Oh
and the dress
yeah.
Right.
Yanny
so
Laurel.
There's a pair of shoes, and apparently what you see determines whether you're left brain dominant or right brain dominant.
This is going to be some sort of joke where it's going to be like, all right, if you see this color, you're a homosexual. If you see this color, you're...
No.
Gotcha.
Because I thought it was going to be that too. And so I saw the shoes and I'm like, oh, it's pink and white. And I showed like a few of my friends. I sent it, like texted it to them because, you know, social distancing. And I was like, what colors do you see? And they're like, mint and gray. And I was like,
okay, send it. Can you send it in Discord so we can look at it?
Yeah, I have to Google it.
You don't have the Discord app on your phone?
No. I mean the shoes.
Oh. Because you had it on your phone, you could link it that way.
Yeah. I don't know if I have the picture still. Entertain while I'm looking.
So anyway, let's go ahead and
what got you into YouTube?
Talk about the Middle East and politics right now, the right versus the left. No, we're not going to do that. What got me into YouTube? I don't know, man. I like to hear myself talk. That's the only reason why. The thing is I like to hear myself talk, but no one else likes to hear myself talk. That's why.
Hey, I've told you that you have a great voice for podcast and for ASMR and for like radio and all this other stuff. And like you could be talking about whatever and I would probably listen. Would it stick to my brain? Probably not, but I would listen.
You say that, but you're the fourth podcast guest that we've had. Have you listened to the other 3 podcasts?
I haven't had time.
That's true. You actually just got back from Texas, right? Or Oklahoma? Tejas. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a few anyway, because I was going to ask you about that too. Okay, fair enough. I do have a face for radio. There's that.
No, voice, not face. Voice.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. I've got the face and the voice for radio. Mm-hmm. Did you find the shoes yet? We're waiting on the shoes right now. We got to see what's going on with the shoes.
I have a lot of TikToks.
Oh, good God. Okay, what can I Google it? Would it be easier if I Googled it?
Actually, I'll just Google it.
You're not Googling it? Are you just looking through?
I was looking for the picture.
Okay, myth busting. The sneaker post resurfaced when pop star Lizzo posted the image accompanied with a message promoting the right brain, left brain theory. Is this it?
Probably.
It's on inews.co.uk, which sounds like total BS to me. Let me see if I can actually find...
Add 2 photos. Hold on. And the thing is, there is a filter on it, right?
You can tell on the hand. Yeah, I'll show it in the podcast in a second, depending on... Are you texting it to me?
I'm sending it. I'm putting it in Discord right now.
Yes, this is it. Okay. Let me see. I'll just put it in. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So this is the image right here. Right and left brain dominant. If your right brain is dominant, you will see combination of pink and white. And if your brain is left dominant, you will see gray and green.
What do you see?
I mean, it looks like there's some edits or something going on.
Yeah, there's a filter on it. But
so this is BS for sure, because you can see up by the... Go ahead.
Yeah, but what do you see? When you look at that, what do you see?
Gray and not necessarily... Robin's like blue. It's not green to me.
You see gray?
Does that mean I'm retarded or something?
No. First off...
Can I still say that, by the way? Is that a word that's acceptable?
Don't use the R word. It's
my God. Does this mean that I'm mentally handicapped? Is that also insensitive? So this is basically saying that I'm no brain dominant, is what it's trying to say.
No, it's saying you're left brain, which is like all the smart analytical stuff.
I know, I was joking about the retarded thing, and so I was saying no brain dominant.
But I sent this to like 20 people, family, friends, and they all saw like the gray and blue. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I texted my like most creative friends and they didn't see it. I see pink and white. That's all I see. I can tell. Right? Okay. I don't know how y'all see gray. I don't know.
even from a distance or like from the peripherals, like I can't see anything else. Like it's not like I'm cognitively aware of the
No,
colors.
I know.
It's just
That's why I was like, there's something wrong. Like they're like people are messing with me. Like
all right.
there's
Let's look
no
at this
way.
again. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
get
pink
it.
and white.
I don't get how you see.
The
Okay,
thing is,
so
the thing is, I can see that there's a filter on it, but my brain sees that and goes, "It's a filter," and ignores it and shows me white and pink.
see, I'm trying to like cross my eyes and see if maybe anything's. I really don't understand. What is there logic behind this? Let me see if it says anything. The viral shoe from 2017 is back to haunt everyone this spooky season with some new pop science behind it. When is this article written? October 14th, 2019. Hence the stupid comment about being spooky, I guess, because there's spooky shoes and whatever.
Spooky.
Right and left brain. This is from Lizzo B. Eating. Okay, 9.1 million followers on Instagram. I see gray and teal, but my whole team sees pink and white, is what she says.
Oh, good.
Assuming Lizzo is a she. Okay, so this is, let me show you this. So this is what we're seeing now on this article. So this is the pink on the right. So are you seeing the exact same thing, or does the right look teal to you?
So the one that's obviously got the filter on it, the pink, like the shoe part, looks like a baby pink, and the laces, like I can see there's a filter, but my brain doesn't tell me it's blue. It's like that's white. It perceives that as white.
So I'm analytical, and you are creative, is what it's saying.
Well, have you've seen the Bo Burnham thing where it's like the left brain versus the right brain?
Yeah. Well, I've probably
have
seen
you heard
it.
his song about it?
No.
So he's like,
sing it.
where it's like I don't know the lyrics. I just saw it in TikToks, but he's like, where it's like, I am the left brain. I am the left brain. We do something right into something, do it the right way, left brain, something like that. And then the right brain goes, I like Oreos and pussy. And then it ends.
Oreos and, okay, well, perfect, exactly. I like Oreos and Coot. Perfect. That's what we're going to replace that with. Okay, so the shoe thing is basically saying.
Can you not say the P word?
What did I say? What was P? Oh, the poo can say where the no. Okay, no. I mean I can say it. You know, I can say it if I want.
Yeah,
I can say it.
So you can say the R word, but you can't say.
I can say the P word.
Yeah, do it.
I can say it. I can say.
Did you just bleep
anytime
yourself?
I want.
Are you bleeping yourself?
No, I can say. I can say it. I just said it. I'll say it.
Are you calling yourself a pussy?
Probably. Actually, I never get a chance to use this button. And so, like, I've had it on the podcast on my mixer. And, like, my mixer is a very basic one. And so I only have this one. So I'm just messing with that.
How did we get on this subject?
I have no idea. You just randomly said, did you get the shoe message? And then I was like, no. And then you obviously demonstrated that your brain is broken because you see colors that clearly aren't there. Because that's just total.
What do you mean it's not there? It was in the other picture.
Okay, let me repeat back to you what you just said.
Okay.
It was in the other picture because it wasn't in the original picture.
No, it is.
I don't see it.
It's a lighter pink. It's
okay.
Like, there's like a hot pink and then a light pink.
There's no pink and then there is some pink. Which is the name of my autobiography, by the way. That's the name of my autobiography. Some pink and no pink. That's what it's called. That's my autobiography. Come on. Okay. All right. Fine. We'll shelf that with the P word that I will say right now. There. Okay. I said it. The problem with the podcast is that no one can actually see your face in this unless they're watching it on YouTube.
No, but they can feel my silence.
That's true. They can feel it.
That's all they need.
Okay. So, moving on from the shoe thing. I think we were talking about YouTube to Twitch to the shoe thing to your favorite game to the toxic game, Overwatch being difficult, ADHD.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about games. Oh, Animal Crossing. I play Animal Crossing.
You play that on Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, because you have a Switch that actually has the HDMI support on it, right? Because that's right. What?
Yep. No, I said yes.
Oh, okay. Because I know the Switch Lite didn't have it, and that's right. You have the standard non-poor people Switch. Just kidding.
It was an investment. Thank you very much.
I know how you YouTubers live. I'm popular, so
Okay, first of
I
all-
have to add you. Yeah, I
First
get
of
that.
all-
I understand.
First of all,
Is that your vape? Oh, no, that's chapstick.
a
Okay.
vape. What do I
Oh.
look like, a Zoomer?
I mean, yes, actually, your baggy hoodie right now, your Razer headphones, like, yeah.
Hey, there's a difference. I'm an e-girl. Thank you.
Okay, you know what? I'm so glad you just said that because I've been dying to actually talk to you about this, and I think we've talked about it in the past a little here and there. Obviously, Twitch, YouTube, and all that stuff, it's a numbers game no matter what platform you're on.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I've always admired about you is regardless of pressure from friends or other people in your life, you have been extremely wholesome. And I like that because one of the things that I found so difficult, and I think it's mostly Twitch. Yes, it's on YouTube as well, but I feel like anecdotally, my personal experience is seeing it on Twitch where girls who have otherwise not...
Are you
how do I
gonna talk
word
about
this?
titties?
Not necessarily. No. Not well. Okay. Let me back up for a second. So let me tell you a little story.
Okay.
And I don't want to say her name, and I doubt she'll ever see this anyway. But just out of respect for her, there's this girl that I know. She's very cute, hot even. Straight up, she's hot.
Okay.
She's fit. I'm look. Come on. Respectfully, she's hot. Okay? Whatever. All right. She's hot. Very good physique. She's got the right parts or whatever.
Are you just gonna be thirsty this whole time?
No,
This whole
let me
podcast?
explain.
You're just-
This is significantly this is relevant and significant to the story.
Do you need a moment?
Yeah, I'll be right back. I need to go. And then after that, I'll go ahead. And then I'm going to eat some. And then we'll be done. And then we'll get back to the podcast.
Okay.
Okay, just kidding. Anyway, very good looking girl. Never really had any sort of social media presence at all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that she had posted a picture of herself in cosplay. And it was an anime character that she had. I don't even think she sexualized it, but her physique and that outfit, they went very well together, but it wasn't sexualized. No skin showing, but it was tight, but not sexualized. And so I retweeted it and it exploded. Thousands of retweets, thousands and thousands.
Oh no.
Now, I'm not taking responsibility for this because I can't, but I remember retweeting it a few times just to help her out because she was a friend.
Retweeted it or Goku retweeted it?
The latter. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I retweeted it to about 200 and some odd thousand people.
Oh,
and
who's Mr. Popular now?
that's not even me. People don't follow that account because it's me. They don't care about me. Like, I don't use my face. Like, I retweet myself every now and again, but like, people don't care about me. That's nothing. It's a popular account that I manage. It's not me. But I will say the majority of the positive quotes and stuff like that I put on there are things that I come up with while I'm pooping. So let's be real.
So they're not from the anime or the manga.
Sometimes they might be anime or manga.
It's coming from the wisdom
of poops.
Marc's anus.
Yes.
You are
Wisdom-
expelling the shit.
It's from the throne. From the throne. If I ever put a tweet in quotes, it's from somebody else. If it's not in quotes, I've made it up. Usually that's the case. I feel like that might be.
Let's just go
mostly
take a
true.
gander at Goku.
Oh, sweet Jesus! Don't do that. God, Okay. Anyway, let's move on to this story.
Tell the story about this girl that you liked.
Okay,
'cause
I
she had a
didn't like
great
her. I
physique
just thought
and
that she was attractive.
giant,
Anyway, she's attractive, and then very shortly after I did the retweets and she got all that popularity, she started doing more and more cosplay, and then after that, she started to basically wear, let's just say this: she would post pictures of herself in bra and panties where she's just wearing it's basically floss. That's how thin this underwear was. She exploded now. She has more followers than me. She's partnered on
Probably deserved.
Twitch and YouTube. Definitely deserved. But just, I don't know, she became such a massive icon in that sort of it sounds disrespectful, but I feel like when you do this, you got to know your audience, right? Guys are following you. Guys are thirsty. They're retweeting and liking and all that stuff because you expose as much skin as possible. So she's very clearly taking advantage of that because she has a nice physique. So good for her, whatever, all power to her, not shaming. But it was amazing to me how she went from nowhere to amazingly popular on every platform that she's on. 500,000 subscribers here, hundreds of thousands of followers there. It was nuts, all because she just started being naked. And I'm just like, man, no one looks at me like I'm that attractive. I couldn't post a shirtless pic and then get followers. People would be like, ew, put your shirt on. I would lose followers. It'd be real bad.
Why are your nipples uneven?
Why you have a nipple in the center of your chest, dude? What's up with that? That's weird.
Triple nipple.
Triple nipple. Oh my God, is that a butthole on your chest? That's disgusting. What? Put your clothes on. But that's the thing is like, anyway, the point that I'm making is that it's very easy to take advantage of your own like sexuality to become popular on platforms like Twitch. Because I mean, you see it all the time. Mm-hmm. But you have not done that. And I think that's amazing because let's be real, you could, but you don't. And I think that you having that sort of, God, what's the word? That it sounds rude to say it in regards to everyone else. I feel like there's some dignity there.
Let me just jump in and say I don't do it because that's not something I feel comfortable doing.
And Jesus would be ashamed.
I don't think he'd be ashamed.
Jesus is all like, yo, girl, here's $5.
Oh my God. Here's making OnlyFans.
Jesus, subscribe to your OnlyFans.
The thing is, it's like so if you and I had this talk when I was 21, right? I'd be like, yeah, girls that do that, like they have no respect for themselves because every like they want guys to like. I would go hard because I was against women when I was younger, but it was only because I felt threatened by them.
Threatened?
I was jealous.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's jealous. It's jealousy, and you could ask like any woman like about how they feel in like a group of other attractive women. Like at some point, you will feel threatened just based on your femininism of your not feminism, but like your feministic. I guess is that a word?
Sure.
It feels like a threat. Like I don't know how else to word it. But so back then, I cared too much. I cared too much about what other women were doing. I cared too much about how they were getting attention because I knew that I was never going to do that because that's not something I'm personally comfortable with. And who maybe in like the future I will be. Who knows? I don't think I will, but you never know. But now
that Oklahoma accent has popped out. Now let me tell you a little bit about how I look at things.
Don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so
Twang.
now, it's just like when I see like girls like, oh, here's an OnlyFans, I'm like, nice, get that money. Because the thing is like, it's not like they're baiting people to do it. They're just working their audience, and like, of course, it's gonna pull in weirdos, but at the same point, like. I don't do that stuff. And I pulled in weirdos. I pulled in a lot of weirdos. I'm wearing sweats and I pull in weirdos a lot. Like it's just
there are fetishes for that
everywhere. But the thing is like when you put your face on the internet, you're gonna get weird people no matter what. Like you could be girl, guy, non-binary, you could be whatever. People are there's good people out there, there's bad people out there. You just have to protect yourself. But I will say that like putting yourself as like a whole body on the internet, I feel like it's gonna pull in more creepy dudes. But it's in the end, it's like, well, that's their decision, and they're gonna make bank, and they're going to do what they want to do, and you just gotta be like, all right, it's none of my business. And it kind of sucks because like my friend he started an OnlyFans and he made like 15K in one day.
Whoa.
He's like,
doing
you should
what?
do it.
Dude, I gotta take notes. Give me a second, Professor. What was he doing?
Well, it's just kind of softcore porn. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, you gotta do it, and I was like, it's not for me though. And he's like, but 15K, and I was like, yeah, but it's just.
Wait. He was telling you to do softcore porn?
No, he was telling me to get OnlyFans. Look at my cat.
I know, I see. It's just like watching Thor. He's all like, OnlyFans. He starts licking himself, and he's all like, yeah, please go on.
But it's just, it's not something that I see for myself just because that's who I am. And like, if people want to do it, like, I don't think any less of them. If people don't want to do it, I don't think any less of like, it's just, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. And I don't feel like anyone else should give a shit. And like, if like,
I'm jealous. I give a shit. Like I'm jealous about it. I'm all like, man, if I could show my nips and get 15 grand in a day, I would do it.
Hey,
but
you know what? You could. You know why?
Because there's some people out there that like freaky nipple fetishes for sure.
Feet.
Feet? What do you mean feet?
get yourself some pedicures and start a feet only fans. People would
Feet
be all over that.
only fans.
Wait, hold up your hands. Trust me. Okay, they need some work. So
What do you mean? This is my bread and butter right here. Of all the features I have, this is the only things that I'm confident like. Yeah, these are good.
You need to get a medic.
Yeah, I need medical help. That's what I need. You need medical help because
listen, you need to get a pedicure and a manicure when things open up again. Because listen, so girls have like hand kinks. And you may be like, how do you know this? Because I am one of those girls. Anyways, but so like you can.
So wait. So hold on a second. You have a hand kink. You told me to look at my hands and show them to you, and then you just pretty much vomited in your mouth and were like, "Nope, sorry." That proves that I don't have business.
Because, listen, they have promise. You just need to get them trimmed up a little bit. Because
what do you mean? I'm not Wolverine over here. What do you mean trimmed up? My nails are so well groomed.
Okay, maybe it's just kind of hard to see through because it kind of looks like green and grimy, and so it just looks a little bit strange through the camera. Okay.
Okay, I will say this finger is actually really gross because I bent it back and like part of my nail peeled off, so the skin and like attached to my nail, you can see it right here. It's ripped up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I almost ripped this entire nail off the other day, so I'm waiting for it to grow out. So that might be something I'll have to wait for before I open up my feet and hand only fans.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen.
Handy fans.
There you go. That's the title
Handy
of
fans.
it. There you go.
Anybody looking for investors right now, handyfans.com. We're going to go ahead and just show off pictures of hands. / Marcanine .html / 69 hands .aspx. Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
What, did you just get like a shiver jump? What the hell was that?
Yeah, so there's an AC like fan thing underneath my desk.
Is it an only fan? Come on. You've got to be kidding.
And kill myself.
That was so freaking perfect. Okay, whatever. You know what?
Anyway,
if you didn't laugh, if nobody else laughed, I did. That's fine. Whatever.
I'm sure someone chuckled.
No one did. No one watches this
chuckled.
channel. No one cares about this channel. This channel.
That's debatable.
This channel's dead. There's no one watching this.
I relate to that. Anyways, no, there's an AC vent under my desk, and I usually cover it with a canvas that I paint on. But I moved it because I'm wearing like a whole sweat.
Dude, I am freaking dying right now. You could probably tell like my face is all shiny from sweating. Like I turned my AC on and like it's not blowing in my room. I think like the vent is busted because I'll turn the AC up and I put my beautiful hands, okay, in front of the vent, and I'm like, I feel nothing coming out of this, and the lights are on me right now, and I'm just, I'm sticking to this seat.
Is your AC vent open?
Yeah.
There's
I know I'm dumb, but like, yes, it's open, and it's like, it feels like this. It's like, well, what are they gonna do? Like drill some new holes and push the vent?
They may need to exchange the air vent.
There's like a dead raccoon in there blocking the pathway or something.
Probably.
I should do that actually. Like, yo, AC's not coming into my room, and I'm like sweating I'm sweating my coot off. Okay.
First of all, every time I've gone to your house, you never have the AC on.
You know why? Okay, my roommate hates it. Like he loves to live in like dark, damp. Like he wants it to. He's like a recluse. Okay, he's like a brown recluse spider just living in the basement. That's what he's like. Because I'll turn the AC on to like 75. And I'll like go do something. I'll come back into the living room, and he's like sweatshirt and blankets, and he's like, it's so freezing in here. And I'm like, dude, it was 80 degrees in this apartment. Like I just turned the AC on just a little bit. He's like, it's so freezing, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, really, for real?
Sounded like him,
right? Yeah, he hates it. He hates the cold. If it's dark and damp and warm and sticky, I feel like he'd do very well in like Florida, like South Florida, like just the humidity. He would love it. He would thrive in that area. That's why, like, he always turns the AC off. Like, he'll do this thing meticulously where I'll just, like, go into the room or living room where the AC unit is. I've got a Google Nest in there, and I just, like, take it down a couple times, and then he senses it somehow. And then he just zips right on into the living room, and he's all like, did you just do? It's like that. It's like that dad meme or whatever, where it's like you touch the AC and they just jump out. As soon as I leave the room, though, he'll just, like, he'll turn it back up. I'm like, God.
What if he's the one that broke your AC vent?
You know what? You're onto something. You're like you're Alex Jonesing me right now. This is a conspiracy theory that I buy right now.
What was that meme where he's like, makes the freaking frogs gay.
It's not even a meme. He actually said that. That was like a for real thing.
It was made a meme. People joked about him.
Alex
saying
Jones is a meme, like
well, yes,
just for reals.
I saw this. So I remember I saw a clip of him saying that, and then there was another one where he was like being interviewed by someone, and I'm gonna say the R word, and I'm sorry. I just wanted to say it, but he was quiet, and they like asked him something, and he goes, I think I'm retarded, and
Me too.
That's the only thing I know of him is that, and then the water turns the frogs gay. That's all I know about that guy.
I heard the other day that a replacement for the word retard is to say, "Are you delayed?" or "You must be delayed."
That's so much worse. It's like at the same time, because I was in one video or in one stream, I was watching a bunch of my old videos, and it was like I was like 18 or whatever, and in the video I said something like, "Guys, my brother's acting retarded," and then literally I did this live, me and the whole chat all cringed. Like I felt them all cringe because I was like, "Oh," and the whole chat was like, "Ooh," and I was like, we don't use that word. We don't use that word anymore." Just because it's like there's so many other words to say. Like I could have said my brother's stupid. I could have said my brother's dumb. My brother's a fool. My brother's an idiot. I can't with you.
Life support.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. 911, what is the location of your emergency? I'm in my kitchen. I've fallen and I can't get up. My daughter said she was going to come around here at 2, but it's 1:45 and she's not here.
I feel like Coot needs to turn into an old woman because like you've kind of nailed the 84-year-old like voice, I feel like.
Thank you. I've practiced a little bit too much.
In all seriousness, Let's try that again. In all seriousness, though, yes, retarded is a bad word. It's not appropriate.
If you think of something and you're like, could this hurt someone's feelings? Maybe don't say it. Because I saw this thing where it's like, you are allowed to be angry, but you're not allowed to be mean.
Then why are you mean to me like all the time?
I'm not.
You guys don't know. You guys don't know. You don't know.
Name one thing that I did that was mean.
Well, I remember this one time you told me that I needed to off, and then you said that you were going to kick me right in the, and then after that you told me that I needed to eat.
You are making up all kinds of baloney right now.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there was just a lot of times where you just said, you know what, why don't you go eat a bag of, and I was like, whoa.
A bag of bread from... Are you trying to censor me?
No. I never use this button. I'm just trying to get the most out of it.
You having fun?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, great.
Okay, shifting gears.
Yeah, what were we going to talk about?
I don't remember, but we've been talking about video games. There was one thing that you posted a video on not too long ago. We were talking about I say not too long ago, but it was like a really long time ago, actually. You were talking about your first crush, and that was Link, right?
Yep.
You have an unhealthy obsession with Link. And there was something that I came across the other day. Wait, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, so that's funny you bring that up. I went to Texas, right? And my mom moved, and so she had a bunch of stuff I had to go through. And I found my diary from when I was 6. Do you want to know what the first entry is?
Yes.
Me confessing my love for Link, but I didn't understand what he was because I was 6. And all I knew was my cousin put a CD into a place, and then this little block of a boy came on the screen, and 6-year-old me was like, I love him.
And you want to him.
I was 6, Mark.
Well, right now, sorry. Not then,
Oh.
right now. Right now, you want to him.
I mean, which Link are we talking about?
The
Because
adult legal age one?
there's Breath of the Wild Link, and then there's Twilight Princess Link, and then there's...
More like Breast of the Wild, am I right?
Have you been watching porn again?
No.
Anyway, so what you wanna ask about Link?
Okay, so the other day I came across something that I really wanted to share with you. I put it in your chat because I don't know. Actually, you will be able to see this. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. So I saw this thing on Reddit, which is where I get pretty much all my stuff, and a YouTuber, I guess, by the name of Kays Emanoir, and I might be saying that incorrectly, but I don't think he did it alone, but he basically did a sort of modification or a retro mod to Ocarina of Time. And he made a completely different game, in the sense that it's the same game, it's built in the same engine, but he made a lot of tweaks to it, so it's a completely different gaming experience. And the game is called The Legend of Zelda: The Missing Link. Playing the word link there, obviously. Okay. So I'll put a link in the description box below so you guys can take a look at it. But I wanted to, yeah, I know, right? Okay. But I wanted to show that trailer on here because I thought it looked really cool. And I wanted you to take a look at it. So I sent it to you in your Discord if you want to watch that, because I'm going to go ahead and play it right now for those that happen to be watching this. And if you're not watching the podcast, you're just listening, sorry, you're just going to have to make do. But this is a trailer, launch trailer for The Missing Link, or release trailer. So obviously it maintains like the same graphics, same style, but it's a completely different game. Some of these locations obviously inspired, most of the locations, all the locations inspired by the original, but as you can see, there's been a lot of changes that have been made based on the modifications of this guy and his team. Because I'm assuming he didn't mod it all by himself. But you can see a lot of the, a lot of visual changes. A lot of enhancements. That was really cool. They were showing some of the fairies were trapped in like a wooden cage. I guess it doesn't really show much. And I guess this is actually a really terrible trailer. But what's cool here is it's a pretty bad trailer, so I'm sorry about that. But if you take a look at it, if you look at the link in the description box below to look at Kays' post on this, you can download this for N64 emulator, Wii Virtual Console, etc. And there's a patch for it. And you should probably get on that real quickly, because I got a feeling that Nintendo, once they get word of this, they're going to end up taking it down. But I thought I would share that with you in particular and the listeners, because I know how much of a big fan you are of Zelda, and I thought you'd be all into, getting some Linky action, little Linky, little bit of Linky,
a little bit lonk,
little bit lonk,
long together.
Okay, so this podcast has been over an hour.
Worth it.
I would agree. I was going to ask you one final thing, because I know that you have other important things that you need to do with your life.
Discuss the reason as to why you have 7 Asian men behind you. Very handsome.
Is that necessary? I figured people would know. Is that really something I need to explain?
Well, yeah, just, people, I'm sure people would be a little bit confused, but...
Would they, if they know you? Do you really think they'd be confused?
Hi, my name is Kate, and I'm obsessed with K-pop, specifically the K-pop group BTS. I love them with my whole soul. And that is that. I introduced Mark to their music, and he is now deep in the hole as well. Maybe not as deep as me, but...
Definitely not as deep as you. But I will tell you, anytime I'm in the car, I'm listening to my BTS Bangers playlist. You think I just grabbed this picture from Google? I have this saved as a desktop background. This is my phone lock screen. This is seriously, V all day. You jump ship. You went from V to Jungkook, and I'm just upset by this. I'm disappointed by your choice. I mean, Jungkook, trust me, Jungkook, he can get it. But V, straight up, all day. V for the win.
Okay,
V
listen,
for the win.
I can't help my feelings, okay? But
You're a filthy, dirty cheater.
V is still my bias, but it's like I care so much about him, and he's such a handsome man, and he's so talented. But then Jungkook over here just came in and was like, hey, and then we locked eyes a lot, and then I just was like, hey, and then here we are.
I want to die. Explain to me. Okay, I've never been able to ask this because I've always been able to ask it, but I chose not to ask it because I was too embarrassed. Explain the bias and the bias wrecker thing. I don't understand.
You really don't understand?
Of course I don't. I was
Okay.
afraid to ask. I don't follow this, like all the K-pop stands social media. It's crazy violent.
So bias is like who you're drawn to first, right?
Sure.
And so it's not like favorite because I really don't have a favorite in BTS. I really don't. And
Yes,
like,
you do.
no, I really don't.
It's always been V, and then lately it's been nah, son, Jungkook.
No, because listen, if you can answer this for me, okay? Say there are 7 doors and each member is in each door. I can only pick one door to go into.
I'm going in all the doors. We're gonna have a
See,
menagerie.
That's the problem. That's how you know
Menagerie
you don't have a
trois.
favorite.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but it doesn't feel appropriate because
It's
you're
not.
Mark.
Mhm.
So that's how I was like, oh, I don't have a favorite because I would not be able to pick a door. Like I love them all. There's no way. But when I first started watching BTS videos, I just locked onto V and I connected with him. And then later on, I was like, oh, Jungkook over here is it's kind of so no, I gotta stay faithful to V. He is my bias. I'm just gonna. So, but then I read a thing. Ready? So a
Nope.
bias, who you pick as your bias is someone you see, like who you see yourself in, right?
I
And
definitely
then
see myself in V.
I swear to God.
Spiritually, I'm not talking about.
You're gonna give me an aneurysm.
Oh, it was funny. Oh, I'm funny.
And so your bias wrecker is someone who you can see yourself with.
So
and
Jungkook
so-
would wreck me then. So I see myself in V, but I'd be wrecked by Jungkook.
I'm gonna drive down to your house and I'm going to somehow climb up all those stairs. I'm gonna come knock on your door. I remember what apartment you're in. I remember. I don't remember a lot of things, but I remember that. And I'm gonna turn the AC to like 65 and I'm gonna leave. And your
I'll be
roommate's
fine
gonna
with that. I
come-
like it cold.
I do too, but your roommate doesn't, and let's see what happens when
Yeah,
he finds out
yeah.
it's at 65.
I'll just wake up in the middle of the night with like a knife coming down like right into my chest, right there. Okay, so but I
Anyway,
don't
so
understand the
that's-
term bias. Like he's
It's
your
just-
bias. I don't even feel like I can use that in a sentence logically. I don't get it.
It's something you don't really look that far into. It's just someone's like, oh, who's your bias? It's like, oh, who were you drawn to first? You know,
Okay.
it's like really hot, so I'm like trying to roll up my sweatpants.
Look at my face. Like I look like it's all wet.
I have bangs on.
I look like
on.
one of the creatures from the Alien movie. Like it's
you
wet.
not?
Did you ever see that movie?
Alien.
Yeah. They're always wet.
I did for like 2 seconds when I was a kid. It was when that guy was on the table, and then it was like, bleh, bleh,
Okay.
and it scared the living daylights out of me. And for like years, I would sleep on my stomach so nothing could come out of me.
That is mortifying. That
Mhm.
this thought of that makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
Truly want
Don't
to
though,
vomit.
because that is my current biggest fear.
Why did you say that on stream? I mean, people know, but now everybody watches this also knows.
That vomit's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone knows. It's a known thing.
Oh, okay. It's on your Wikipedia.
Everyone respects it. You know what people don't respect is I talked about how War of the Worlds, the alien bwah noise that scares.
Whoa.
You're gonna have to bleep me. You're gonna bleep me. You ready?
Yeah.
That scares the shit out of me. Oh, well, you're close.
One more time. Try it again.
The bwah scares the shit out of me.
Okay, try it again.
Oh my god.
One more time.
The bwah scares the shit out of me.
Did I get it?
So,
One more time.
So close.
One more time. I can get it this time, I promise.
Mark.
I can get there.
Just hold the button down while I'm speaking. It's fine.
Okay.
So in War of the Worlds, the the bwah noise scares the shit out of me. So delayed. It's so delayed.
I was trying not to laugh, but I just couldn't help it.
You
I
said
really
repeat that like a million times and you didn't get it once.
I wish that I had a mixer with more buttons because right now it's like the only button I've got, so I'm just trying to use it more.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay, one more time. I'll get it. I promise.
No.
One more time.
Uh,
Last time.
the bwah noise.
One more time.
The bois noise scares the shit out of me.
I think I got pretty close on that one. I think I got it. I was like 8 out of 10.
You really didn't.
I think I was close. I think I got it.
Mark.
I think I got it.
Yeah, okay, Mark. Cheese and rice.
Okay. So there was still a lot of stuff that we didn't get a chance to talk about that I wanted to.
Lightning round. Let's go. Lightning round.
Lightning round. You just got back from Texas. How was it?
It was great. I got burned.
Do you have COVID?
Nope, not yet.
Self-quarantining?
Yep. I have it until August 5th.
Are you liking your new apartment?
Yes, it's lovely and I love it.
What'd you have for dinner?
Chipotle.
How big was your poop?
I haven't gone yet, Mark.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that in podcast episode 2.0 with Kaitlin Witcher.
2.0.
Yeah, that'll be our literally number 2.0.
Oh my God.
Right? Ah, I set you up. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, how's your family?
They're great. No COVID.
Yeah. Thor's. What's that?
Oh wait, are we talking about Thor as my family or my mom?
No, your actual blood family.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
Unless you gave birth to Thorn, I didn't know.
No, I said
what? What?
He's my son.
Okay.
My son.
Got it.
Yeah. No, everyone in my family is good. Everyone's wearing masks, even though they hate them, and they will tell you all the time how much they hate them, but they wear them.
I feel like it's a very vocal thing happening right now in southern states like California and Texas.
Yeah. Oh God.
Especially Orange County. Good God, I'm so embarrassed by everybody here.
I know.
Makes me so sad.
It's rough.
There's a lot more, and I guess we'll have to save it for next time. But I do want to. There's one final thing that I just want to touch base on. I've done this so far with everyone that's been on the podcast. Right now, is there anything?
How the podcast went?
Huh?
No.
What do you say?
Am I rating how the podcast went?
No, why would I ask that? I don't ask it. So, excuse me, just real quickly, can you tell me exactly how this podcast went on a scale from 1 to 10? How
you couldn't get the censorship
did I do?
Right, and so I feel like it's like
I got it very right.
Like
Let's be honest, I got it very right.
2 out of 10.
No, I got that right. We nailed it. We crushed that. We got on top of it.
I'm gonna leave a Yelp review, and just say couldn't get the censor right and has gross hands. 0 out of 10 stars.
Okay, that's fair. Yelp reviews are allowed. Let's see if we can get this down to 0 out of 5 stars on Yelp.
No, but what were you gonna ask?
Oh, right, yeah. So I ask everybody at the end of the podcast if there's anything currently right now, any charities that you have your attention and focus on, anything that's really close to your heart, any shout outs that you want to make, anything of value to you on an emotional, spiritual, any type of level that you think is something that people should be more mindful of or made aware of. Just basically awareness. Is there anything on your plate right now that you want to make awareness about?
Yeah, I mean, mainly just the whole Black Lives Matter protests and stuff. I know that a lot of people, the people that are upset by it, just don't understand. And I know because I come from the southern states. I come from Georgia. I come from Oklahoma, and I come from Texas.
What state were you born in? What state were you born in?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's I come from a befuddled amount of states, but
Gotcha.
it's all the South. And so like I was raised very conservative. I was raised Republican. And so I understand, that those people that live, on Fox News, they live on Facebook, they don't see, what's actually happening. They see things that are a little bit skewed, and they are seeing things that are being made out of hate, which is upsetting to me. But the thing is like people that don't know that, they get upset and they're like, why do you think this? Why all cops are bastards, and like, oh, why can't you believe that? And cop lives don't matter. They pick this job, which I understand, and I agree with a lot of it to a point. But the thing is, I feel like everybody just needs to have more compassion and less hatred. So if there's any charities that I want to shout out, it's pretty much anything involving Black Lives Matter, because Black lives, they do matter. And I get really heated about this subject, and I've talked about it in stream before, and it gets me really heated because it's just skin color, and that's it. And it breaks my heart that people choose to be hateful towards someone else when they're just a different color. It's like if someone has different hair color, because you're blondish, right?
You can't see right now, but yeah, my hair is like, yeah. I'm
It's just
technically
it's just
dirty blonde.
every body is different and
filthy
everybody
blonde.
is different. What are
Yeah.
you whispering?
Nothing.
But yeah, and so it's just Black Lives Matter, and of course all lives matter, but my life is not affected negatively because of the color of my skin. I don't feel threatened uh, from police because of the color of my skin. I don't feel worried when I go into a store alone because of the color of my skin. That is the problem, is that minorities have been afraid and they've been targeted,
Mhm.
and that's something that needs to change. And a lot of people don't believe that's true when it is, and it's very upsetting. And so just all I can really say is educate yourself as in many ways, as many ways as you can. I can't English anymore. It's getting late. It's my bedtime. Um, but do your research and focus on how to make yourself better and how to release a positive message to other people. And end scene.
I think, I mean, regardless of what you believe, compassion goes a long way. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all it is to it. If you find anything else difficult to swallow, if you think it's a political manipulation, if you don't buy into it, if you don't see it, if you're not a part of it, if you are aware of it but you're actively fighting against it, whatever your stance is on it, whether we agree or disagree, I think everyone could benefit from being just a little bit more compassionate. And that would go so far with many issues going on right now, specifically with this one. So I agree. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up, Kate. I think we got a successful episode 4 podcast.
Very long, lengthy,
I know.
thick, girthy podcast. Having fun?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for being my 4th guest on the podcast. I really appreciate that. I'll be sure to drop some descriptive links down below. It'll include the missing link, the link for missing link. We'll have the Black Lives Matter, how you can help if you're interested in supporting that movement. If not, that's okay. That's your business. We'll try to find the link to the channel with you and your brother, so that way we can make some cringy comments regarding that video. If you care to, I'm gonna find it. I'm going to dig it up, Kate, and I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna put it right here so people can talk all the that they want.
You can't, though. It's very hard to find. You'll never find it.
I'm an internet sleuth. I'm like the internet Sherlock Holmes. I'll find it. I'm gonna find it.
Good luck.
Okay. Anyway, that about wraps it up for episode 4 of the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us for as long as you have. If you've made it all the way to the end, right now, I would say I like to do a code word. If you made it come up with a code word. If they made it to this point in the podcast, put a comment down below that says,
"Oh, me?
Yeah, come up with a code word."
Coot.
Oh,
do you want me to say cooter?
No. Oh God. Okay. Okay, no.
Okay, I'll come up.
If you made it this far, code word is
Gluck 9000.
Perfect. There you go. Gluck 9000. If you made it this far, and you'll win a special prize. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Much appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe, support Kate on her on her Twitch channel. YouTube. I'm trying to do like the outro, but you're doing the dance, and it's throwing me off.
Oh, I can turn into Coot if that makes it a little bit better.
I would feel more at home if we brought Coot back in. Say farewell, Coot. Or did dance like that. That's perfect. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next week when we continue the podcast with episode 5. Be safe, be well, take care of yourself.
Don't get
and
corona.
I'll see you later. And don't get corona. That's perfect. Okay. Later, everyone.